Hi guys, I wanted to do a video for you, a new one of a card like this. Wanted to show you how I make these. So they're beautiful. I love it. I just learned it this weekend and I'm in love with this method, so I was gonna share it with you. Okay. So it's pretty simple. All you need is just some inks, a brush and water, a die cut, and watercolor paper. So I'm going to be using the Tim Holtz die, this one right here. It's the number 661190. I don't know if there's, oh, wildflowers is the one. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. So I already die cut one, as you can see right here, out of watercolor paper. And then we got, this is gonna be the background paper. I just taped the die on there. And there's two things. You can cut it out and then just tape it on the back so it doesn't fall out. But what I decided to do is to emboss it. Even though it's a die, you can do that. So you just put the cutting mat, the paper, just like you're gonna cut, instead of just running it through to die cut it, you open it up, all the tabs up on your die cutting machine, on mine, on the Big Kick. So you both of these, you lift them up, both 1 and 2. You lift them up. You could try doing it with just one, but well, it's up to you. You can play with your machine, see how your rollers will work. But so I just tape that on, cover it up with my mat. This is the squishy mat, the kind that will come out, and then just run it through my machine. I'll show you in a second what turns out. Okay, so we lift it all up. Okay, so here's the paper. I ran it through, and now we lift it up, and look at that. I left the image on there. I'm gonna do the best I can of letting you see that. Oh, I like that. Okay, good. I moved the roses my husband gave me for Mother's Day out of the way. See, you can see the image. It's on there, but it's not die cut. It's not the kind you can cut out, but you can see it. Okay, and so here's what we're gonna do. Here's a brush. Doesn't matter which one you use, the one that you add water to it. So I already put water in there, and then this is a clean, it's supposed to be a clean tip. You can always squeeze it a little bit to let the water come out a little more, to check and make sure it's all clean. See how there's almost, it's white. There's nothing on there when I look. So even though it's colored, but it doesn't really do anything. Okay, so the inks I'm going to be using the Twisted Citron. You can do the other darker one. This is the one I had, so that's what I'm going to be using, because I'm kind of using pastel. Then the Salty Ocean, this is my favorite. These are oxide inks, and the Wilted Violet. And then I don't have the raspberry one, so I'm gonna in the oxide, so I'm just gonna use the regular one. These work not as well because the oxide ones are a lot more pigmented, so it works, but not as well. So I'll show you. So we just take the ink, press it just once. You don't need that much inks, so you just do it right on there just once. Put it on there. One more there. And then we'll do the pink one over here. So here's what we do. You don't need too much water for it, but if you're just squeeze it a little bit to get just a little bit of water to come out. And then so we take the green and we do where the green stems are. Just go over the darker colors on this one. And what I've noticed, that I will use it this way. I probably will not need to do the inks anymore at all. That will be more than enough. So now I can use this that has extra water on there. I can use it to color this so it's not as dark. And if you make it a little bit out of the lines, it's even better, in my opinion. Just a little more color here. Okay, now to the actual flowers. To wash the brush, what I do, I just squeeze out more water. We're gonna use this anyways. We're gonna need it where it's sprays, so it'll be perfect. Don't worry, we're gonna use that. Okay, now we're gonna move on to the blue. The darker color we'll use here, since this is the first, and I'll use it on top, but you can do the opposite. It's totally whatever you prefer. You can start with the blue at the bottom of these flowers. I just like it this way. Okay, and then it's depends how dark you want the colors, but you can, I've noticed I like it even where I don't pick it up every single time, even on this one, that I can go almost all the way through without picking it up. You can always add, but you can't take it off. So I might do just a little bit over here. It's a little too light for me, but because it's got water on there, it's just gonna spread the color you just picked up on there. Make it just a little darker, just like that. And then the next one, so wash this one off like that, so it washes your brush out. Let's do the pink, because blue and pink, when they mix, it makes it purplish. So, and I'm not worried that the colors are going to mix, because that's what I want anyways. So even if it's not fully dry, I do not mind it at all. And just go over all the little white spots that are left here. Just like that. And make sure you do leave some blue. Do not cover everywhere. So you can do it at the bottom, and then I would add more color to this one. It seems a little too light for me, for my preferences, since the blue is so much darker. I would like the bottoms to be a lot more darker in this purplish color. And like I said, you can always go back and add more color. Okay, so we're gonna do the same thing on here, only lighter. So you kind of see where you have the pink going. Right here, see how the blue really mixed in? I'm going to go back, let that dry a little bit, then go back and add more blue to it. For me, that's a little too light. I want a little more blue in there. Okay, so there's that. Now we can wash it just the same way we did the other ones, just a drop, and then just kind of rinse your brush. You can have a paper towel you can dab it onto. So I forgot to do the blues on here, so I'm going to go back and do the blue on the tops here. Just like that. And I don't want it too dark on the background one, which this is going to be, so I'm just doing some. And like I said, on the background one, I don't do first of all, I don't stain the lines. I don't really want it to stay in the lines even. Okay, I'm going to go back and add a little bit more of the pink on here, just like that. Okay, so that while that is drying, I'm going to go in and do some purple now. So the purple will go in between the two, just like that. There. Okay. Now let's flip it in here. Just add a little bit of purple here and there. It's kind of like doing watercolors. Okay, we're gonna let this dry. And what I will do is, this one is kind of starting to dry out, so I can go back and do the tips with more blue like I wanted. Got a little bit too light for me. Lost all that blue, so I'm going to go back and add it in. Plus I'll see if there's white spot anywhere that are left on tops that I'd like to fill in a little bit. Okay. And if you want it really blue, let it dry completely, because if you do it the way I'm doing it, it's going to mix the colors in. And then when you have it colored the colors you like, just let it sit there drying. But what you can do is you can pick up this water and spray like this. It's really, really simple. Just hit it against your finger and it starts spraying the colors you have on there. It does this beautiful effect of color. And you can always add it on, so don't do it too much. You can always go back and do some more. So let's do some pink. A little bit of purple. Then we'll do a little bit of green. Okay, it's gonna take time to dry this all out, so let me wash that out a little. And it's up to you how much of the dots you want. Okay, so here's what we got. Let me show you this. Look how beautiful. How simple, quick, and beautiful that is. Let's set that aside and let that dry. And then let me show you this. Ta-da! Look how gorgeous that is. I love, love, love the way these turn out. I don't know if these are my favorite colors. Maybe that's why. Okay, let's clean up a little bit here. All those little spray dots and everything. We're going to clean up all of that. And we'll let that dry. And then we'll go back and you'll see how to finish it off. So for the next part, what you're going to need is some dots, pop-up dots. And then the base for your card. So after it dries, those are the only two things you need. So there you go. And there's different flowers. So here's another one I did that you can add onto it. Like let's say for this card, for example, you could add more flowers to it. Let's say you wanted either on top some more, or you can add it on the side like this. Depends what you want. Or you can just leave it just that one flower and that's it. You can even cut part of it. There's this beautiful dye that I really love also. It looks gorgeous. But and then you basically, when it dries, you just add the pop-up dots to the spaces. Oh, another clue, like on here, see how I did not take out the middle part that got out? This way I can hide the dots underneath. That's the other thing. This one didn't really have anything like that, so I'm probably gonna glue the bottom of this flower. I'm gonna glue this tip right here, just right to the card here, and have pop-up dots under the actual big flowers. Maybe cut a couple of them in half to make it even better. Okay, so I'll show you that in a minute, but this is what it's going to turn out like when we're all done, just like that. And if you notice, the flower, when you put it on, it's off centered. It's not right on top of the back flower. This way you can have more of the colors, and it looks more kind of like a bouquet, a 3D version, instead of just one flower. You can also, another thing you can do is just blot it out. You can go back and blot it out this way. That's also an option. Because oxides, that's what you do with them, to have them stop doing what they're doing. Just like that. Or you can dry them with a fan. That's the other option. Okay, so let's do the pop-up dots. So I'm gonna turn this flower over, and these big ones I can easily put a pop-up dot right on the back of them and not worry about anything at all. And then the smaller areas, like I would like one here and probably one there, I'm going to cut one of my dots in half and just put it right in the back there. One right here. Just like that. And I think I'm gonna do, okay, so I got those off. I think I got them all. Anyway, so let me flip it upside down so you can see it better, like that. And so now, see how the difference in color, how much more intense this one is compared to the one laying there? I don't know how to, okay. And so now we're just gonna put it on here. I'm gonna do it a little bit to this side, I think. And just put it right on there. Just like that. Also this way, the bottom, since I don't have anything on there, I could have put a dot right there. If I do half, it'll fit on there. But I think I'm just might glue it just down, just like that. So just take some glue and just go on the back here, glue it on, and just put it towards the center so it makes it look more of a same branch than two different flowers. Okay, now we'll grab a card base to show you. Okay. Ta-da! Look at that. And then you can put any sentiment you'd like on there. I'm absolutely in love with this. I've seen these flowers done in color on black. Oh, that would be gorgeous now that I think about it. Let's see if I have a black piece of paper here, I'll show you. Look at this flower on black. Look how gorgeous that is. Let me hold it like this. Look how gorgeous it stands out. And then if you do the sprays on it, oh my goodness, that would be absolutely beautiful. Here, I'll do it real quick here for you. Let's do the sprays like we did on everything else. Do them in light blue. These are oxides, so these are gonna show up well on top. There will be just water spots also on here, so don't worry about that. And then if some are big or some are smaller, it's not a big deal, don't worry about it. Now let's grab some green. And some purple. And some pink. Just the paper by itself. It's like you make this paper into your own thing. Look at it. Look how gorgeous that paper is. Look at it. Absolutely beautiful. Just like that, just spraying it. It's gorgeous. And then if we take, let me get a clean side. And then we'll just do this to make it more quicker. And then put this flower right next to there. And then put some words on it. Oh my goodness, that is just gorgeous. Look at it. Let me turn it sideways for you so you can see it better. Oh my goodness, just gorgeous. Okay, thank you for watching. Thank you for spending this time with me. Please subscribe to my channel, like my videos, and share them. I hope you liked it. Bye.